There we go. Welcome, Sketchbook Heroes. We're going to be drawing this bird as well as other things tonight, taking on those challenges. This one is an abstract bird. So, and we'll see what we come up with. So let's get started. There we go. So let's do it on my iPad. See how that goes. There we go. There we go. All right, so we're going to create a brand new page. There we go. And my pen. Lost. Oh, here it is. Whew. All right, so I didn't break this one down. So I usually break down the drawings. It's still up. Am I still sharing? Oh yeah, I'm still sharing. So why don't we do this? Why don't we break it down? So as we look at something, it's really important that you break trying to see, even if it's abstract. And this one, the accuracy is not that important. So what's really hard to see is the ratios on this one. The ratio wise, if we put a square on it, you can see it fits in that square pretty well. So the height and the width, it actually is, yeah, right there. It's a little bit thinner, So what I mean by thinner is if we get here, there's a square and it's not as wide. There we go. It's not as wide. You can see there it goes. Now we want to look for relationships. There we go. So it is definitely not a perfect square, but here's a relationship. So the top of the tail to the bottom of the nose, here's the middle. You can see that most of the stuff is in the bottom half. It does go above the center. So that's good to know. And it's really close to a square. If we go back, there we go, back to the square. Yeah, it's really close to a square shape. All right, what else? I really see this angle here, really pretty there, that angle there. And then everything else is just like circular shapes. So we have this kind of like a half a circle there, and then half an oval here. And I can't turn, I wish I could turn that shape. I would have to put it into Photoshop and do that. Yeah, but that's pretty close to an oval shape there. And that oval shape and that oval shape. And again, you want to see these big shapes, even though you see three big tail feathers here, see it as one big shape. You want to see it as one big shape when you're first blocking things in. This will help with accuracy, right? And I'll show you how we do that next. So let's get started. All right, here we go. I'm going to make sure my screen is highlighted. Am I upside down? I'm upside down. All right, ready? Highlight my spotlight. There we go. There we go. All right, so there's my paper. And it's really close to a square. So if I draw a square here, there we go. Draw a square. I know it's going to be a little bit thinner than a square. So here's my square. Let's zoom in a little bit. And I can erase. And I can actually do it actually doesn't let me do a perfect square. I think there is a way to do a perfect square. I don't know yet. So I know it's going to be a little bit thinner. And here's the center of my square. I know the head is going to be, so that's the framework I'm using. The head is going to be somewhere in here. And then the tail and the body is going to be, the body's going to be here. And here's that angle. All right, I'm drawing a little small. I can make it bigger. So here's the head, and then here's the body, more of an oval shape. And you want to sketch this lightly. Sketch this lightly. You can see how dark I have it. Your guides would be really light. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and add this tail. The tail does go up to that, and it does kind of swoop. And you want to see this shape. This shape is the one we're looking for that tail. There we go. And I'm still just blocking in. It's got a beak. The beak comes up and attached as itself right there. And it's kind of complex. This is actually a pretty complex piece. And I really didn't talk about too much of the relationships, especially like proportions, how big the head is compared to the body. It looks like the head is bigger than the body, just slightly. And you want to do these drawings, this sketch, the framework really lightly. Really lightly. This is actually now the feet. There we go. Not a very realistic looking bird, but that's fun. That's what makes this fun. Somebody requested. All right. I think that's it. So this would, I'm going to add another layer here. Let's add another layer. I know you can't do that. And I'm going to make this lighter. I'm going to lighten up this layer here. There we go. Lighten it up. And that's my guide now. That's my structure. Oh, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and let's make my brush a little smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and just start with the head. The head's going to go in here. Let's go darker. There we go. And there's the head. A little bit of a curve there as it comes back. I did capture that angle that's there, that angle. That kind of ties everything together. There's a little bit of overlap with the body and the head. So there's the head. It's half a circle and it's kind of at an angle. It's kind of at an angle. And there's other bumps and stuff to it. But I'm just simplifying that. I'm simplifying it for now. There we go. Feel free to ask me to repeat, or in the chat, you can, throw stuff in the chat. Slow down or however, here we go. Let's just do this. All right, so the body actually has a wing on it. So the wing actually curves up from, and then zooms, oops. Zooms in from here. And then up to that wing there. And I'm going to bring it out a little bit. I actually like, they have a tangent there. A real wing, and you really want to, as an artist, make decisions to make things clearer, clearer, make it clear. So that I'm going to bring this wing just out a little bit, that pointed wing. I'm going to make it a little different. We're just going to use it as a guide. And then there's I don't know what this is. There's something like a little circle thing back here. It's part of the body. See, what tool am I using? I am using an ink. Let's go to sketching. S6B pencil. I guess that's fine. See what it looks like. Yeah, that's fine. That's about the same. So there's that. We got the head. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw the tail feathers. The tail feathers are broken into three. Seeing it as one big piece really helps. Now I can break that into thirds. I'm going to do that by doing this right in there. This one comes out a little bit more. Use a different, there we go. Try that one. Oh, oh yeah, this one's good. This tool. And there's the three tail feathers. And it has a lot of detail. This has a lot of detail. The tail feather is actually a little square. Yeah, there it is, square. I did do it square. That's it. And then the body. Make sure there's this overlap there. All right, Jen. So we just started drawing this bird. This is Zentangle. I'll put it in the chat. Let me see. I can put the link in the chat. We're going to draw faces next. This is just a little warm up here. Here's the body. And here's the beak, really big beak. And right there. Let's clean that up. If I use my ink. There it is. And then the feet. Right in there. Beak. Oops. There it is. Now there is an eye. Yeah. Oh, 3 fingers. There's an eye that takes that corner right in there. That space. All right. So we've got the pupil. And inside that pupil is a highlight, and it's going at an angle. Now, what's great about these Zentangles is you can really get lost. It's like a Zen with the designs, right? So there's our eye. It's not giving me a nice clean sharp. So let's go with inking. There we go. Let's do that. Let's undo. There we go. That's better. And then ink that in. That's not the ink pen I've been using. I don't know if it's, there we go. Let's shade that. I keep playing with the settings and it's not letting me shade the way I'd like. So I can drag and drop stuff in. Whoa. There we go. There's the eye. And there's a little line right in here. There we go. I like this tool better. Now we're just going to decorate it. And that's all we're going to do is just decorate it. So there's a decorative part to it. The beak, we'll start off with the beak a little bit thinner. Now this is where you would really take your time with this and get lost in just the decorating of this. So each one of these designs has a name. Inside this beak is, and I'm not sure what this is called, but they look like little torn pieces of paper, or even, I'd say it reminds me of like a dry lake bed. You get all these little things. And different. Let's see, here we go. There we go. Not really cooperating. So you want to fill this all in with that dry lake bed kind of shapes. And take your time, relax, and do that. The drawing is done. It's just really filling it in with this texture or decoration. This little, and that goes in there. Pen is really giving me some texture. So there's the drawing, filling it in this area here. It's not liking it. And this is where the detail, this is where you can really get lost in a drawing as well. And hopefully your texture's a little more consistent. I'm using different brushes. There's that texture there. And then you have this rainbow shape, very similar to what I was doing here. Rainbow shape on this bottom part of the beak. Start at the bottom and then move your way up. It's almost the way you do scales, but they look like little rainbows. I'm gonna try a different tool here. For some reason, my tools are. There we go. There we go. Is that one? Whoa. So it's 2 lines, 1, 2, and then a solid shape. And it's just jumping. Let me try to drop and fill. There we go. That's better. Let me do one more shape. Right in there. There we go. Is that shape? And if you go right off the center of this, that's where the next one would go. There's 1, 2. Why does it jump size? One, 2, and then 3. Fill that in. There we go. Notice how they overlap. This next one. 1, 2, 3. And then fill it in. There it goes. One, 2, 3. Fill it in. Next one. And you get the idea. 1, 2, 3. And this little dark spot really adds contrast to that little shape here. Let's go 1, 2, 3. My little rainbow, and then color that one in. There we go. Let's go this way. 1, 2, 3. Color that in. There we go. Now I'm picking up the pace. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's do this. Yeah, you want to try to find a pattern. I'm not sure if I know I'm not going with the pattern that they have. Doing my own pattern. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And then filling that in. Now, when you start getting into more advanced drawings, this is what you're really just doing. You're really just focusing on getting things decorated and the texture and the shading and the structure. It's just that one part. Let's close that off. There we go. Another one here. 1, 2, 3. Fill it in. There we go.
Ladio, you simplified it by making fewer
Yeah,
rows.
I'm making them bigger.
I'm still doing like the bottom half.
And that's fine. So if you don't finish, you know, that's fine. Save your drawing for another day. Yeah, I am simplifying and I'm making them bigger. So that helps. With time wise too. I mean, this would be a half an hour drawing here. It's already, you know, and we're just decorating. And this is where you can get lost in the drawing. Yeah, I did simplify it and make it bigger. So now the top of the head is 2 more parts. The top of the head, there's this one line that divides right about there. I would say fourth of the way. And then there's circles with little spirals in them. And they all have their names. So it's just a little circle. You can actually just put a bunch of circles, different size circles inside that area. And once you know the design, then you just do it. You're just doing it. You're just filling stuff in with the designs and getting that spiral in there. So there's a little spiral that goes inside that circle. And if you look up Zentangles, you'll see the different kinds of Zentangles, all the different ones. And they have different names. And it's a good project to do because it's not really an observational drawing. It's more of an imagination kind of drawing. Never seen any bird like this. You get all those spirals in there, or your circles and the spirals, and then shading, because outside these circles, it's all shaded. I can easily just fill it in with my fill tool. But if you're using a pencil or if you're using whatever tools you're using, it's going to take a longer time to fill it in. Just shapes. There we go. Spiral inside. Spiral is a good test of eye-hand coordination. See how many spirals you can get into that circle. Big circles, small circles, little spirals. And now watch, I can easily just fill my background. Hopefully it doesn't. There we go, filled everything in. There's a gap somewhere. I see my gaps. Let's try it again. Let's fill in this line again. Right there, that was a little gap, I think, that one. Let's try it one more time. Bam, there it is. Shading all that would take some time. All right. I can get rid of my guide now. That guide layer, if I turn it off, you can see my bird. It definitely needs to get cleaned up. I'm struggling with the iPad, the program. I think I have one of the settings is off. I might, if I'm struggling too much, I might go back to the other program. All right, I'm going to go with, let's finish up the head. So the head has these other little shapes, almost like feather shapes. And there's a little row of circles here, almost like peas in a pod. Little circles, I'm making them bigger, filling that space. We've got this shape here. What's great about Zentangles, it's shape. So if you're just starting off, it's less intimidating. You can just focus on shapes, get to know shapes, learn to see shapes. And I would look for circles. If you've never done shapes before, you know, spend a whole week just looking for circles around you. Say, oh, there's a circle, here's a circle. You know, like, oh, there's a coin, it's a circle. Here's this ball, it's a circle, but it's more than a circle. It's actually a sphere. It's three-dimensional, but it's still a circle, right? So you want to look around just for circles, spend a whole week just looking for circles. And then following week, looking for squares. There's a square, here's a square. And if you can draw them, that'd be great. Like, oh, here's a clock. The clock is a circle, or it's a square clock, whatever shape it is. All right, so there's these teardrop shapes, which I'm not getting as accurate, but they kind of shoot out like this. They shoot out like this. It's a teardrop shape. There's one there, goes out this way, goes out this way, goes out this way, goes out that way, goes out that way. And then just get it to fill the space. And I think I'm out of, there we go, just do one really tight in there. Now in the empty spaces outside of these teardrop shapes are just little circles. They fill all this stuff in with little circles. So you want to fill all that in with little circles. It's part of the design. This is where you can get, you know, it's relaxing, just knowing the design and just going with it, filling it all in. You're doing the Bob Ross, relaxing, happy clouds. Just filling stuff in. Inside each of these teardrop shapes is a certain design. There's a little black dot and then a line through it. That's it. And this is supposed to be more of a teardrop shape, but I did not do that. There we go. Now it is. So there's a dot and a line, a dot and a line, a dot and a line, dot and a line, dot, line, dot. And that's it. Coming along. Let me make this align a little bit thicker. All right, not that thick. I don't know. Acting funky. All right, so we've got the body. The body just has stripes in it. I made the body, this body part a little bit thicker, but it's just stripes. So just going to draw lines through it. That thick. It's supposed to be that size. See, now it's thin. Weird. I think I have a setting that doesn't like. All right, so I'm going to be aiming for the center, like the center of the body. So somewhere right in here, that big dot. I'm going to be aiming for it. And just as I put in my stripes. So I go through here, I watch out for that tangent where the feet are. And then just bring this coming back this way. It's almost like a vanishing point. There we go, just like that. Notice how all these lines kind of go in that direction of that big point. Let me erase that now. There it is. Then I'm going to fill it in. It's a pattern. It's one dark square, one light square, one dark shape, one light shape, one dark shape, one light shape, one dark shape, one light shape, and then the dark shape. There it is. All right. Almost there. Now the designs for the feet are really interesting. They're kind of like overlapping lines. Let's see, let's do that. Easiest way to describe them, let's zoom in, is you have lines going in this direction, lines going in this direction, and then you have lines going in this other direction. Then you have lines going in this direction. Yeah, I think if it's when I have my palm against the iPad, picks something up and makes the lines a lot wider. And then it has a line going in this direction. All right, now I'll do the same thing to the other foot. Same thing, let's start up here. Let's go in this direction this time. There we go, there's that direction. Then it goes in this direction, almost like bandages. And then in this direction. And then this direction. These patterns and shapes are really nice to use in other drawings. There we go, that's it. There's the patterns. There's different angles. Now, all the other lines are just parallel. So we fill these shapes in with parallel lines. So this line's going this way. So you have the lines going in this direction, like palm. There's one.
It's kind of like a mummy.
Yeah, like a mummy. Wrapped in the, born in Arizona, King Tut. There we go, the same direction. Yeah, there we go. That one, and then this one in this direction. And then this one in this direction. Not so wide. And then this one in this direction. This video will be up tomorrow. I'm putting them up pretty quickly. So if you want to really get into the zen of it and get lost in doing the designs, you can do that. And what's great is that you don't have to worry about making it like say, hey, that doesn't look like a bird. Well, it's a Zen bird. It's a Zentangle bird. Right. And it's a good way of just getting your feet wet with art if you're brand new. Everything's made up of shapes. Everything you see is made up of shapes. It's learning to see them, learning to see how they fit. There we go. Yeah. This direction, and then this direction. And we're done with the feet. If you're not done, that's okay. All right, now these designs, are almost like turtle shells, and that's probably what they're called. Usually they're called something that they look like. So this kind of looks like a turtle shell. So there's one shape, another shape, another shape right there. All these shapes put together. Another shape. This one's like more right in the middle. Another shape. I'm kind of watching out for the tangents. There's that shape. Another shape here. Make it thinner. Oops. There it goes. Then the last one right in here. Divide that up. So those are my shapes. Now the design is a shape inside that's dark with a light dot in it. So let me show you. I'm just going to do one and then I'm going to do all really quickly. So this one is, it kind of goes parallel. So you want to do this shape first. This shape goes inside that shape. Get my palm off my iPad. There we go. There we go. There's that shape, and it kind of goes parallel. And this is a good eye-hand coordination because you know the design, and it's just going in there. You're doing that. Now, once you do that parallel, just like that, then on the inside is just a little dot, and each one of these a little dot. There we go. And then you shade in around it, just like that, and just like that. And then the last thing is to do these little lines, these little texture lines all the way around it. Let's go all the way around. All the way around. Try to keep your spacing even. Let's go all the way around as you decorate your bird. Before we know it, it'll be Thanksgiving. We're already September, almost the middle of September. It's September 8th. We still got another week to make it to the middle. There we go. So just like that. So I'm going to do it again from the beginning, and then I'm just going to do the rest. So I'm going to explain. So really important, you want to use your eye-hand coordination and kind of parallel. You want to go inside that shape, just like that. Then draw a little dot, little dot, and then fill that space in, and then do the lines around, like the ties on a railroad. I'll just go all the way around. And this is a good way to color things. You draw something and color it in with these shapes. You can get lost in this whole process. It's already half an hour. Wow. Let's speed this up so we can get to the faces. So you get the idea. I'm going to speed it up. Here we go. Let's speed it up. You can take your time. You can finish this another time. We want to get to the faces next. There we go. All right, next design. The next design is that last part of the body before we get to the tail feathers. And once we do the tail feathers, we'll be done. This one is just 3 lines that go through it. Somewhere from here goes, here's one line. That's fine. Let's do the center line first. I like doing the center line because then it gives me a guide. So I'm going to do the middle line first. There's the middle line. And then just divide the other 2 sides. So it goes from here. This would be our center, and then it just goes out. And some weird things. There we go. Where's 1? Nope, not the center. I can try again. There it is. 1, and then 2. Now the other ones kind of radiate, kind of like a globe. So it goes around this way, around. There we go. And the last step is to everywhere these 2 lines intersect, you just put a dark line, dark dot, a dark dot. So here we go, just a dark dot between every intersection. And this is also a good way to doodle. Just play with the shapes. Use your imagination, play with shapes, look at shapes. Doesn't have to look like anything. Oh, let's finish this up. I'll do the tails. And see all this detail. Just the detail goes last. All right. Let's see. All right, so this is very similar to the feet, but it's a lot more wavy designs. So just do wavy designs, some overlapping, these wavy shapes. And inside those shapes, just more lines that are parallel. So these lines are parallel inside that wavy shape. This one's going in a different direction. Little swirl in there. One direction. There we go, this direction. It's kind of like a highway. That's interesting. Go that way, that way, that way. See, these are kind of going, I would say horizontal in a curve kind of ways. Now I'm going to do these other lines almost vertical in a different direction with some curves in it. I'm also simplifying this. There we go. Getting lost in the Zentangle. The next one I've seen and done. I've had my class do Zentangles, not this bird in particular. So this Zentangle is a little circle with like a little spike that comes out of it. So we've got the circle and then the little spike that comes out. Now there is overlapping here. So there is overlapping a little, I would probably do the spike first like that, and then the circle around it. That would be easier way of doing it. Do the spike and then a circle around it, spike, then the circle around it, make it bigger. Spike, oops. Spike, and then the circle around it. Spike kind of looks like Squidward. The spike being his nose, and then the circle around it. And then the background is all shaded, and there's a lot of overlapping, and there's other stuff going on. I am making the shapes a lot bigger. There we go, a little spike, circle around it. So another one here, just fill the space. Fill the space. All right. And then the last shape, we're almost there. Wow, half an hour. All right, the last shape really, it's almost like it's like a square. And this is also like tiles, but the square is, so if you have a square, these ends are pushed in. So it's a little more like a puzzle piece, kind of like that. All right, so let's see. Let's put that in there. And there's 1, 2. Kind of like some patchwork. 3. Checkerboards, that's what I'm thinking of. There we go.
It's almost like a herringbone.
A herringbone?
Yeah, no.
I don't know what a herringbone is. So there you go. Oops. Now what's great about this is we're doing it on the iPad. I'm going to show you. We're going to go through this step by step. Again, just doing this really quick. Definitely need some patience and get lost in this drawing. There we go. There's our drawing. Let's play it back. Time lapse. There's our background, our structure. We got it in. And there's our first little design as it goes up. Got rid of the background. And just filled it all in. Fantastic. So take your time. If you didn't finish, you can put it to the side and work on it. Once you know the designs and how they're kind of built, you can kind of go back and finish them. Like here, this is that. Oh, let's click done. go back and finish this part. There we go. And like that. And this one was a little more like that with a small dot in the middle. Fill those up. The dot, dot. Fill those in. All right, let's get to faces and then we'll share out right after. There we go. That looks good. All right. Next one. Let's go to the gallery. Let's do a new one. Now, when you're drawing faces, you want to see the shape of the face. Let's get to our, I'm going to share my screen. Let's get to that. They look like anchovies. Hi, test positive for COVID. Oh, no. I don't feel like, oh, sorry, Judy. I hope you get better. Looks like a weird baby toucan. Yeah. All right, just reading the comments. All right. Wow. All right, let's get to the faces. Let me share my screen. And let's break those down. These are interesting faces. And then we'll draw Mega Man. So let's draw the faces, these faces here. There we go, these little ladies here. So we'll draw all three. They're very straightforward faces. The faces are almost have the round head shape and then has a pointed chin. Pointed chin. Let's go to my annotate tools. So you have the round head. Oval, and then the chin. Angular. They're just really quick sketches. This here. You can see this angle there and this angle there. This curves a little bit on that one. This one's a lot more prominent. You can definitely see it here. This down to a pointy triangular chin. And then if we look at the middle, the eyes are below the middle. The center is probably right about there. The eyes are below the stylized part of the style. Simple nose, simple lips. And I think we got it. Let's do it. I'm going to put it in the chat. Let's put the image in the chat. There we go. Let's grab that. Clear all drawings. Copy image address. There we go. Put it in the chat. And we'll draw these. These are going to go faster than our bird, believe it or not. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's put it to everyone. That's it. All right. Let's stop sharing. Let's jump on this. Here we go. All right, ready to go. Let's do all these three ladies. So let's do the first one. You have your oval shape. Noticing that the height, the width, and see if when you're doing it lightly, this is what the sketch should be. You can adjust it. I made it wider because I was looking at the height compared to the width, right? And I said, hey, it's too thin. And then the next one, I drew it out. And this is the way you should be sketching. All this messy, it looks scribbly and everything, but if you sketch really lightly, this doesn't show up. It does not show up. And then we have our angled chin. Except I'm not liking these tools today. Something in my settings I was playing with. I don't know if I can reset it. Gesturing pressure and smoothing. I don't know. And I did see, like, I'll go back to default settings. And I don't know what happened to that. If it's, I don't know. We'll just struggle here for a little. We might just go to paper. All right, here we go. So getting the chin. Let's try a different tool. Let's try Troy. There we go. Chin comes to a point, kind of goes out. And then she's got this long neck right in there. And her name is Rose Red. So you got that shape. Let's do the hair. The hair comes out on one side a little bit more than on the other side. And there's the part right in there. It comes down just like that. You got a curl circle on one side. And then the other side is a little bit smaller. Right in there like that. And this is attached a little more than on the right side. Let's get that circle in there. There we go. And the curl curls this way. There it is. All right. The lips, really simple, just a straight line. And then you have like a little M at the top. Let's make it a little bit thinner. There we go. An M at the top. And it looks like a hat. Two little hills, two little arches. 1, 2. And then you have one arch in the bottom. Now the bottom one is just a loop. Just a loop, just like that. There it is. It looks like a man with a hat. Let's clean it up a little bit. Erasing my guidelines. A little bigger. All right. 2 simple nostrils. A little smaller. Right above the lips. And then the eyes. Eyes, we have one eyelash, one eye. Notice the angle. Notice the angle, just they come in slightly. And then you have eyelashes that come out of them. I did do mine a little bit thicker, and theirs is a little bit thicker as well. Mine is even thicker. Let's see if I can get it more of a point. There we go. Something's up with this brush. Let's try that one. There we go. Ooh, I like this brush better. Spoke too soon. No, this is actually better. There we go. Eyelashes. Just 3 eyelashes. There we go. No eyebrows, no eyebrows. There's no eyebrows here. So let me clean this drawing up now. Use the eraser, clean it up a little. Erase my guideline here. There it is. There she is. She's looking good. Add some color to this. She has like rose red, as she's called. Let's get some red in here. A little bit on that red. Let's fill in the hair. Try one more time. There it is. If you don't have any colors, that's okay. Just if you want to shade it or just leave it alone, leave it alone. I have the luxury of being able to just to fill it in or use my brush. There we go. Color in there. There we go. There she is. One down, two to go. Wrap this one up. All right. So these ones have their eyes open and very similar, very stylized, cute drawings. And let's do this again. All right. So now same shape. It's kind of like an egg shape. In that egg shape, use black. Let's get that egg shape. There we go. Egg shape. Is that good? I can bring it down. Actually, yeah, it's going to have two buns up there. If it goes off the page, that's okay. I'm going to widen it up a little bit more. The shape of the head is really important. Getting that shape right. Right, let's get that part in the hair. This one, it goes out like this. Yeah, this brush is a lot nicer. Here we go. It's behaving a little better. Then the neck goes out sideways on this one. And the body's just not really these giraffe necks. Just a long, thin neck with a shoulder. Kind of like that. Simple eyes. The eyes are a little bit below the middle. So if you find the center, this is really important when you're first learning to draw, finding the middle. And the eyes, when people are first drawing the eyes, they always draw them too high. These eyes are actually below the center. So if you find the center, you can actually measure it, get a pencil or something like that. Find the middle, make sure that's the middle. And then these eyes go below that. So there's the upper eye, and then there's the lower eye, and like that. Upper eye, and then the lower eye. And then there's the pupils. There's a pupil on, and they're both on the left side. Let me zoom in. They're on the left side. There's one, two, there they are. And then you got the pupil. Actually, that's the iris. Here's the pupil. Dark dot, dark dot. There we go. Let me clean this up. That was a nice line. I didn't want to get it good. There we go. Cleaning it up. And it has an eyelid. So we're going to do two little eyelids right above that. Just parallel, parallel. There we go. And these eyes, the drawing, they don't close. So there's actually, they're kind of actually open. Right in there, kind of like that. Clean it up. If you want to color the eyes, the mouth, and the nose. Again, simple dot, two dots for the nose, 1, 2, and then a smiley face on one side, and then just the mouth fills that space. There we go. We clean it up some more. We can use any shapes, any shapes. When you're drawing faces, you want to practice you can just practice drawing shapes, you know, just get some shapes in there. Like, here we go, shape, and then do your eyes. You look scared. If you don't want them to look scared, there we go. Fix that up. People do the nostrils the same way. Like those lips, the hat. There we go. See, my eyes are bigger. What kind of hair? Kind of looks like Bubbles from cartoon. This one I just did real quick. I'm gonna add a thicker eyelid on the top. Usually the eyelids, eyelashes have a thickness to them. Oh, this one's missing the eyelashes as well. Let me add some more hair to this one. This one I kind of made up. All right. So there's some eyelashes. They just really just.
Sorry, Eladio,
Yes.
the third one that you're drawing, doesn't she have a pointy chin?
Yeah, she does have a pointy chin. I changed it because I was talking about shapes and how
Oh,
you
I'm
can.
sorry, I
Yeah.
got distracted, sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, no, this one's not. I'm not copying the one that's.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. But you can use any shape, even a shape like this. But that's what's important.
What's
Get-
really cool is that you're conveying you're conveying the face with the least amount of anything, and yet, it's still recognizable and individual,
Right.
even with just, a few lines.
Mhm.
So that way, it's a good beginning. You can't be intimidated,
No.
not too much detail, and yet everything's there.
Yeah. Simplify. All right. Let's see. Just the eyelashes on. She has ears. This one has ears and earrings. Little diamond shaped earrings. There we go. And then let's call the eyelashes. They really wisp out. If I can do it. Just little eyelashes in there. And then orange hair. Let's get the orange in there. Wham. Ooh. Didn't fill in. Didn't like that. Let's try a different, let's try the inking brush. I'm just going to outline everything. Let's see, here we go. And I think I can fill it in now. There we go. Yeah, each brush reacts differently. You can see how it goes behind that whole shape. There she is. She's a cutie. Right there. She does have these lines. Let's go back to black. Oh, I wish I could go back to that other brush that I had. It was it a drawing brush? I can't recall. I think it was. It was black. And then she has these little spirals right in there. There we go. There's one spiral. And then another spiral going the other way. There we are. And there's our two faces. All right, that's it. We're gonna have to take a break, and we'll draw Mega Man next. That's for our first hour. If you want to share out your drawings, feel free to share out. If you want to continue working on your drawings, continue working on your drawings. This was a little bit more of an almost intermediate. I tried to make it simple. So those of you who are new, there are other web pages and other stuff that go even simpler than this, really just using shapes to draw stuff. Let's replay this and see before people share. Let's go to video. There we go. Time lapse. There we go. There's our first girl. There's our second one. And there's the third one as I was doing the second one and talking about the shapes of the face. Wow, really quick. Play it one more time. Well, there we go. Time lapse. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. The earrings and the really bring that one to life. Oh, what color eyes we can add in there. Let's give her some green eyes. Go with that orange hair. Oops. There.
My girl looks like she had a long night at partying, circles under her eyes.
Yeah. She didn't invite. It's the invitation. There we go. All right, let's see if we see any hands. Anybody want to share, or should we just jump into Mega Man? Again, do the best you can. Thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us for the first hour, we'll be back again next week. Practice your drawing, practice drawing shapes, look for shapes. You can see the circles in the hair, the circles there, and the different shaped heads. We kind of went a little intermediate today. All right, there we go. Let's see, Jane. Jane, what do we got? Hold on, let me. Oh,
I'm
where-
gonna say goodbye, but thank you.
oh, you're welcome. All right, Jane, we'll see you. Oh, hold on. Let me spotlight you. There you go.
It was Annette,
Yeah.
so
Oh, Annette. Oh, okay. There's
Hi.
your bird. Sweet.
That was fun.
Oh, glad you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week. Sweet. What'd you use them?
Just a 4B and 2B
Oh,
pencil.
wow. They went dark. That's great.
Thanks. That was fun.
Oh, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. Josh, let's see what you got. All right, find a few hands. There's your bird. Sweet. Great texture.
One of my tail feathers. I did.
Yeah. Sweet. Shake the tail feathers.
And
And
go
see.
on.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you got the one that I didn't get. Really nice. Super cool. And color. All right. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's go with Pearl. Pearl, let's see what you got. There's your bird. Oh, you had changed yeah, there you go. He's facing up. Oh, there's the girls.
I'm sorry, because I
that's
put
okay.
everybody on the same page.
Yeah, that's fine. I see you. That's great.
She had a long night.
The one on the right. Yeah, she got the bags. I think that's what you did. Let me see. Hold it close up again. I think it's, yeah, let's see. To the other, there you go. Yeah, I think, yeah, it looks like she's got little bags. Cute. All right.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you for sharing. All right, Yelena, let's see what you got.
Yeah, this.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, that's amazing.
That is so good.
That
What are
is
you
so,
using?
so
Hey.
good.
It's like
Wow.
3-dimensional.
Pencil or ink or what is that?
So what'd you use for the bird?
Cheapest. Cheapest.
Oh, okay. Crazy art pin.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing. All right, let's go with Jen. Jen, what you got?
I didn't get to finish the bird because I came a little late, but
That's okay. Well, there you go. There's your girls.
Nice.
I added some color this time.
Sweet. All right. Thanks for sharing, Jen. All right, let's go with Lolita. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. You know, I haven't drawn in probably over 40 years. I think it was
Oh,
last
wow.
time. And you're a great teacher. So
Oh.
I'll show you mine.
Ah,
I think I did pretty good.
yeah.
And then my,
Look at that. Yeah. Look.
Oh,
They're cute.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for sharing. All right, Haiti, let's see what you got. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go.
I forgot to move it a little bit lower,
That's
but
okay.
the idea was there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And that's where
If you-
blocking, I didn't really help with the blocking in this time. I'm gonna definitely with this next one, I'm gonna show you blocking it in so you don't have that problem. And it's a common problem. It's a common problem. That's why blocking in is so important.
Okay.
Uh,
And then what's funny is that I didn't even realize when you start drawing the third one. So I just did the two girls.
That's fine. No, yeah, I did the third one really quick.
Yeah, I didn't even realize when you started on that one. But it's all right.
Very nice. I like that. The style of it looks really good. The way you have it filled out, it looks really cool.
Thank
All right,
you.
yeah, Cynthia. Let's see yours. What you got? Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Look at that. Smile.
All right. Thank you for sharing. And that's it. We're gonna jump into. Let's see. We're gonna jump into sharing my screen, and we're gonna do Mega Man. So there we go. This is going to be a challenge. It's actually not too bad. It's a little time consuming. Let's break this one apart. Mega. All right, here we go. Definitely the head is, let's use a different color because that blue's not showing. Let's go with red. There we go. So perfect circle right there. That circle, that's a perfect circle. And that's going to get us started right in there. Look at that. It does curve in slightly. I mean, if I'd made the circle thinner, it does come in a bit, but it's really close to that same height, same width. Now we're going to use that as a guide. You can see the hand comes out about that far, that much too. And this hand on this side, or this arm, is about the same height of that head. And then the body is also about one head. This leg here, one head. This leg here, less. Well, this upper leg is less than almost a little bit more than half that circle. Then we bring that out here. That's 1.5. So you can see this leg is really big coming out. And they're using foreshortening. And here, look at this. This circle kind of really fits in here nicely as well. And this is going to help with proportions. You want to make these measurements. And this is where you see artists using their thumb, and they take this measurement here and they see how it kind of all fits everywhere else, finding these relationships. All right, there we go. I think that's it. Oh, no, let's break the face down a little bit more. We got to break this down.
Hello.
Because it's really complex. Now with this head, there's a couple things. It's at an angle. There's a slight angle to it. And then also here, this is where three dimensionality comes in. This is a sphere, right? It's more than just a circle, it's a sphere. So it starts, there's a bit of a curve as it curves in here like this. Curves, right? And this is the halfway point. I'm pretty sure that was half. Let's take a look again. Highlight this. There we go. Let's bring that out. Here's half there. It's just bringing it down. So it's a little bit less than half, I think. I think up here it's bigger. Slightly less than half. I would say half is probably right up here. Right up there. So I'm looking at these relationships. So this whole face is in the bottom half of the circle. Bottom half of that circle. And then if you look at that in there, that's halfway. The eyes are about halfway and a little bit of overlapping in there. All right, I think we're ready to jump into this. Let's look at some of the detail of the face though. Yeah, there we go. This one has a pointy chin. So if you take a look at the chin, it does have a pointy chin. Notice that angle there, this angle here, and then a little bit of a bump in there, but there's pretty much this angle there. All right, let's put this in the chat. Let's get going. All right, a very talented group. Impressed with your shares. I'm too slow. Oh, I just don't get this. I know that you're a great teacher on audio. Take time to look at the shapes, etc. drawing, which makes a huge difference. Yes. Thanks. And all happy drawing. See you next week. All right. I will try to get it simpler next week. Try to simplify it. And then sometimes the drawings come in and they're a little more challenging, but take on the challenge. Take on the challenge. We try to simplify. Try to simplify. This is definitely more intermediate here because of the proportions and the whole body and the structure. And then another thing to notice is the angles of the body. The body kind of comes out this way. If you look at the axis lines. These axis lines are really important to see. This one's straight up and down, vertical. This axis, these axis lines going out that way, that way. There's curving in it. The bottom, the top curves more, the bottom's a little straighter. And there we go. I just lost something. I think my computer just froze. Let's escape that. Uh-oh. My mouse. I think we're going to do this on paper. I'm going to do this on paper. Let's do this one on paper because I'm really struggling with that. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. The computer's acting weird. Here we go. Yeah. Stop sharing. There we go. All right. I'm going to put it in that chat. Oh, come on. My computer's slowing down. Take a deep breath. Oh, here it goes.
I guess that's all.
Wow.
Just the opposite.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. My computer's all of a sudden just lagged. There we go. Nice and easy. All right, let's do this Mega Man. Let's find a nice blank sheet. I know I still haven't put it in the chat. Let's put this pencil away. Let's use a pencil. Let me use a pencil, no eraser. Come on. I don't need to share. Okay. I don't want to. There we go. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. It just jumped. My mouse just jumped. It's jumping everywhere. All right. Patience and persistence. There we go. This is definitely a little frustrating here, but we're pulling our patience and persistence. There we go. A little bit of grit. Not giving up. This mouse is just, there we go. Almost, it just, it's like less than an inch. Oh, fantastic. Oh, there it goes. Wow. All right. Okay. Am I full screen? I hope so. No, my mouse is just not responding.
Yes, but it's upside down, I think.
Okay. No?
No.
No, it's upside down. There we go.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I'm going to try to get the link into the chat, but my mouse is like really lagging right now for some reason. I think I'm going to try to close some things here. Yeah, I got a lot of windows open. Yeah, it's not going. Yeah, it's doing some crazy things. All right, well, let's just jump into the drawing. All right, so we're going to start off with the head. I'm going to start off with the circle of the head. That was our guide. So we're going to start off with
Audio, I'm sorry. Can you put the picture back on the screen so I could take a picture of it?
Sure.
It's not in the chat, right?
No, and I'm having trouble even with my mouse. So hold on, let me see if I can get it into the chat. All right. Ugh. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I might be able to put it in the chat. Oh, yeah. I think there we go. Control V. No, it's not going. Wow, my mouse is lagging big time. All right, thank you for being patient and persistence. Come on. I just zoomed in. There we go. Come on. Huh. I'm gonna try to put it in the chat again. I think that would be easier than trying to go full screen or share my screen again because this mouse is just not cooperating. Let me see if I can tab into it. Ah, yes, I can. Copy. See if I can tab into the chat. Oh, I got the copy. In October, can we do Nightmare Before Christmas characters? Yes, we can. I'm thinking of, yeah, we're gonna go with themes for the month. Themes. There we go. Let's see. Control V. Come on. It's not, it's not going. See if I can tab in there. Autumn is good theme as well. Yeah. Come on. This mouse. If you go to our meetup, that's where the Mega Man is actually at as well. Come on. Oh, this mouse. Not happening. No, it's just going back and forth there. Come on. Where are you at? Control Alt Delete. We'll try that again. Control Alt Delete. There we go. Task Manager. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I'm going to close some things here. Let's delete that one. Hopefully that works. One more thing. Let me try to close one more. There we go. That one. That's not going. Come on. Ah, here we go. I'm on the right window now. Trying to get it in there. Come on. Oh, there it goes. Ah, all right. There it is.
Thanks.
So yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Ooh, that was a that took some.
Yay.
Yeah.
No worries.
Thank you. Thank you for being patient. All right, so let's there we go. So we got a circle head, and I'm going to measure the head and make sure just going straight down with that. 1, 2, 3. Three heads tall. 1, 1, 2, 3. Actually, ooh, so we're gonna need it to be a little bit smaller. So we're gonna need 3 of these below this one. So he's altogether he's 4 heads tall. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 4 heads tall. So now this is blocking in. This is making sure that our character is going to fit on our page. All right. Another way of doing it is actually just doing a line and then breaking it in half and then breaking it in half again and half again, because it's 4 heads tall. There it is. 4 heads tall. 4 heads tall. 4 circles. There we go. So now we've got the height. We've got one arm down here, and it's also a circle. This forearm, it's the same. That's that same measurement that we used down here. So we're gonna get that measurement. Get my ruler, which I have as a almost 2 inches, a little bit less than 2 inches. Bring that down here from here to here, a little bit less than 2 inches. And that's how big this arm is. And it's right in there. Actually, there's a little bit of overlapping. But I'm just going to say that arm is there, right in there. Then we've got the body kind of coming out at an angle from here to here. The upper arm from there to there. This was straight up and down. I'm kind of like doing the stick figure version of this. And this arm here. And then we know this arm also is about the width of that. So that comes out to there. So let's get the width of our circle. Bring that arm out about that much. And then there's the hand right in there. Notice all the relationships. We have our 4 circles. Everybody's 4 circles should be the same. Where it's going to be different now is and you want to try to get it as much as you can. This arm here and this arm here, the 2 top arms. And there is an angle here, but we won't worry about it. It's almost actually off the middle of this, it's kind of like resting on the middle of that second circle. Oh, coming out like that. And it comes out that same width. So we've got that coming out there. We've got this other leg coming out here. Below this arm, comes out a little bit more further than the hand. And it's this kind of like triangle shape here. This triangle shape. That's the back leg. Notice the 2 angles. Then there's a toe. Right in there. It comes down to that second circle. All right. Now we're going to bring out this this other leg. It swoops out. Might bring it out a little bit further for some reason. Down there. And in there. It's this oval shape. Pretty much this oval shape in that direction. All right, that's the structure. That's the structure. That's the structure pretty much. That's the one we're going to be using. I drew this dark. I usually draw this lighter, and I draw this really fast. At first, when you're first learning to draw, this takes a while. But when you have the practice and you have the experience, you can draw this really quickly, really lightly, and notice how it fits, and then go into detail. Like this took some time. If I were to just do it really quickly, I could say, okay, here's the head, here's the body. I would just do, here's this hand, here's this other hand, there's this foot, and then here's the other foot out that way. And once I'm happy with it and I see the proportions and look back and forth in my drawing and at my picture, then I would go in there and start adding the detail, which is what we're going to be doing now. So this head is at a slight angle. Here, let's put a slight angle on this. So we're just going to focus on the head. We're just going to focus on the head. The hardest part, make sure we get this right. All right, because we know where it's going to go now. Everything else will fall in place. All right, so there's a slight angle to it from the middle. Let's go for the middle and then down. And there's a slight curve on this. From the top, it curves down. This is just a guideline. Right in here, kind of like that. All right. And then we're going to have one eye right in here and the other eye right, actually closer to this middle. It's off center. It's off center. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the heart shape. The heart shape that everything's inside of. So there's this heart shape. Comes down this way, then goes up. And this is the helmet. This is the helmet. Heart shape right in there. There we go. Notice how dark I did that line. I did it a little bit darker now because I'm pretty confident with with it. If you don't feel confident, that's okay. Do it lightly, and then when you're happy with it, then you can go back and go darker. Or if you're not happy with it, it makes it easier to erase because you did your lines lightly. All right. Now there's a thickness to the helmet. There's this thickness to it. So I'm going to add this thickness to it as I come around this side. There's a little bit of a thickness to it as it comes down and to a point on this side. Same thing on this side. There's a little bit of a thickness to it, to the helmet. And it comes to a point right there. All right. Okay, so it looks like our golden arches. We're going to get this pointy chin right in here. That chin from here to here, and then back up this way. And then on this side, it's almost straight, but then pushed in by the center. So kind of you got to use your imagination. If you just get it straight, that's great. If you can push it in just slightly and then bring it out right on that side, that would be great right there. See how that's pushed in? And then the inside's shaded. I'm going to shade the inside for now so it can show a little bit more. There it is. All right, that's looking good. All right, let's do the eye. This eye, I'm going to center it more. I kind of had that as a guide. Now I can center it more. It is an oval shape, and this oval shape is underlapping the helmet. It's under the helmet, and it's right here in the center, right in the middle of that side, and it's under that helmet just slightly. That's really important. That overlapping, everything, there's overlapping is everywhere. You got to learn to see it. Your brain simplifies things. All right, so there's that oval there. I'm going to do my highlight. Let's zoom in a little more. The highlight is right in there, right in that area of that oval. That's the part that you want to keep white, because that's the shiny part of the eye. Let's do the dark part, the pupil, right in the middle. And it's usually round, but on these characters, they're an oval, right in there like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and shade all that in. Shade it in. Shade the top part in like that. And the bottom right here should be curved. This is the pupil. This is the iris, the colored part of the eye. And then you have the eyelash or eyelid up here on this side. It should go below. Now, how big is that eye? That eye should be halfway. I kind of mentioned it, but I didn't mention it here now. I just did it automatically without explaining it. So the eye should be halfway. It should almost be halfway. And this eye does come down halfway here and then up. And this shouldn't be that dark. this one should be. But up here, yeah, this is just where it's, and there's our one eye. The next eye, right in there, right? We nailed it. So it's just an oval shape right in there. And the highlight right in there. There's my highlight. Shade the top half, the iris. There's a lot of other detail and stuff. I'm just going to simplify a little bit. And then the eye lash on the other side. There we go. All right, let's clean it up a little bit. Let's clean it up. I'm going to clean up all my guidelines that are in the middle. There we go. There it is. All right. He's got a very simple nose. It's really just kind of like a triangle like this. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. This triangle shaped like that, but it's really small, almost like a dot. So let's put that in there. Really small little triangle, kind of like that. There we go. Right in there. And then the mouth, let's draw it big again. The mouth is a triangle as well. There's a little bit of a curve to it. The bottom, especially a little bit of a curve. And then it closes up like that. That's the mouth, like this little slice of apple or something. Let's see if we can get it in there. Up and at them, and then down. There we go, right in there. That's it. This line shouldn't be that dark. I'm going to lighten it up. There we go, that one. Because all this would be colored. All this would be a color. We're going to shade it really lightly. Oops, not the eye. And there is a shadow in there. I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, if we really wanted to get that shadow in there, there's shadow, which now I'm doing, but it's not a big deal. All right, let's finish up this helmet. I think the face looks pretty good. All right, so there's two parts to it up here. You might have to bring it up a little. There is a square right in here, right in there. There's going to be a square, and then up above it is that other shape, and it's wrapping around. It's wrapping around our helmet. So let's go with this shape first. It's a rounded square. The corners are slightly rounded, but it's really close to a square. And then you have a square inside that. So I'll go ahead and do the square first, and then I'll do my square inside that. And I'll show you what's going on. And this is what it's kind of like a piece of a block. So once you have that square, we're going to go with a square inside that. And then there's shading. So it just shades right there. That makes it look like it's popping as it comes up. There it is. This side should actually be thinner because this side is closer to us. This side, we're actually right here. And this is a 3/4 view. The face is facing this way. It's good to understand what's happening as far as the head. The head is at a 3/4 view. Like it's kind of like, yeah, I'll zoom out. So it's not facing us completely. It's kind of out that way at a 3/4 view. We're kind of looking up at it. So it's a little more like that. Or seeing that head there. And since because of that, that's why this side should be less. This side should be wider because this side's going away from us. but I did not do that. Let me try to do that, clean it up. Fix those little mistakes. There we go. Yeah, that side's thinner. All right. This is form. So the part that's hugging the helmet is this part here, that part. This part is the part that's hugging the helmet. And then it sticks up above that. So my gap is probably a little too close. Should be a little bit more of a gap. My spacing, placement. That's one of the P's. My proportions are right, but my placement is off. And then from here, it actually goes up and above the helmet right here. It goes up above in the helmet and then goes straight across right there. It's up and then across and then back down. That's it. Let me zoom in. So this is like a little strip that's on it, and you see this side of the strip. This is form. This is form right there, and then it comes up and actually right there because it tapers. It goes up and back as well. But not all the way. I made it go all the way back. It's a warm night. Now this is where I usually try to go from foreground to background because I know this hand is going to be in front. If I draw this, I can actually draw the ear, that little ear. It's going to be there. That kind of has that shape, kind of like that. It's kind of like a half a dome or half a sphere. That's going to go there, and over that is this arm. Now, what's this arm is made up of, especially this part is kind of like a cone. It's a cone. So from here to here, that's the bottom of the cone, and then these are the sides of the cone. And the cone is chopped off, and it's chopped off as an oval. So it's kind of like a tapered cylinder right in there. That oval. That's the one that you'll see a lot. That's just a circle in space. So you have a circle, well, a circle and then a circle in space. And there you go, there's your oval. And that's what that shape is right there. Warm night, warm night. And my AC is off because it's too loud. Okay. I've got my axis line. Let's see, make my axis line. So I can see that it's going to be equal on this side and equal on this side. And the widest part is probably right in there, right about there. What's going to be the widest part? And I want to make it symmetrical. They're same on both sides off my axis line. And then bring that down. Right in there. And then it does close off at the bottom. It's not straight across, it's rounded. It is rounded. And that's that shape right in there. There we go. Got that shape. Now you might have a little bit of a struggle because symmetrical drawing does take practice. That's why the axis line is really important. See that axis line, see the distance away from that axis line. And here's the axis minor. This is the axis major because it's the longer one. The axis minor is right here. This is the widest part on the smaller side. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get the details on there now. So there is a little bit of an oval shape right here as it winds around that arm, just like that. And then on the left side, there's, I don't know what that is, a little counter, I would say a little rectangle kind of shape goes up. And then you can see the inside of that rectangle shape. So there's a little bit of a thickness to it. Right in there. And I just shaded it in. There is shading on this side as well. And there's some details. So there's these details of these little gap. Let's do this first one right in here. This is like little details. And this is what's fun if you practice drawing these forms and then just, on top of these forms, do your own little designs. For example, like here, this shape that I have here, it can be a cup. And if we follow the contour, this contour going around this way, I can actually add designs to this as on those contours. They would be on that contour as it comes around, and then it actually gets thinner as it goes back here. See, there we go. I can make it into a crown. I can make it into, but it's on these contours. This is why it's important to understand form and seeing form. There's 5 basic forms: the sphere, the cube, pyramid, cylinder, which is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the cone. The cone is just a cylinder that's squeezed to a point. So just get that bottom circle and squeeze it to a point. Those are the 5 basic forms. And it's not just being able to draw them, because not like shapes, you draw a square, it's a square. These forms change. So as they move around, like this is like a cube, the top of the cube changes shapes. And that's where angles comes in, really seeing the angles and seeing how form shapes and change. All right, let's get to the arms. Let's arm this kid. All right. So the arm is attached. It does come up a little bit. There's a little bit of a shoulder in here. Oh, let's finish the helmet though. Get this coming back onto that part as it comes up, and then curves. Probably got it a little bit closer than I'd like. That's okay. And then there's a parallel line to that right in here. And this is the same as this oval that's over here. This oval that's on top of our cylinder. This is that same oval, but it's going this way vertically. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up and onto the helmet like that. Do the other side. As it comes down. This is a really complex form. It's not just a shape, it's a form, it's a sphere. And then you've got stuff on it. And this is the same thing as here, as it comes down this way. That's what's happening here. It's coming down that way at that curve. Let's put that other ear muffin, ear muff on the other side. So watch where it starts and watch where it stops. I can actually mark those points, those 2 points, and then just do a little loop right from there to there. There it is. All right, there it is. Well, I think that's good for the head. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. He's got this neck right in here. The neck goes from thin and it goes thicker down here. So this is also kind of like that same loop right in there. And then it tightens up as it goes up here, as it goes up and around, almost like a backwards J. There's that neck. And there's probably another little line in there in that same direction if you want to get it in there. If you do, there it is. Here's the shoulder. And that shoulder part. This arm, I'm going to have to bring it down just slightly. And there is kind of like a little bit of a bump in there. Because what I'm really trying to notice is this thickness of this arm, the upper arm. If you have to bring it down more. but try to get this angle going that way, this angle right here. That angle for that arm coming out this way. And that thickness. And then we got this thickness of the body. This one's a little bit straighter, but there's still a curve, but I'm gonna draw it straight to help you. Don't let the curves confuse you, because it does come out at this angle. Now this is where this curve definitely need to push it in right in here. Because the torso and then the body there. So we got that upper arm, we got the body kind of coming out this direction. In here, there's look at the spacing. You can fit a circle in here. Perfect little circle. It's not the same size of the head. It's a little circle. And then right under that little circle are his shorts or whatever they are. A little bit of an angle like that. Bring that down slightly. Bring it out. It widens up just slightly. I'm going to add a little bit of a curve to it now. There it is. Then it comes in and goes in. These are cylinder shapes right in here. We got the cylinder shape of this top leg. It does curve this way. Gap. Then it goes up to make that smaller. And then this leg out this way. This does curve up. So, you want to get that angle and then add a little bit of a push to it, a little bit of a curve, a little bit of a push that way. A little like you're pushing that like straight that way, and then just a slight curve up. Trying to see that distance. It looks like my guides here. I'm gonna, oh, that's right. I brought it down a little bit more. Is that kneecap? Right in there. This upper arm, the one on the right, comes down and then it curves out. Curves out. This is also a cylinder. These are just cylinders. That's why you got to learn to draw those forms and see those forms. That's a cylinder. And if I were to see the inside it would go around like that, but it doesn't. It's just that part. A little bit of an echo line. All right, let's attack this hand. I'm gonna do a close-up of this hand. This is a good hand drawing. All right, so we're gonna just focus on this hand. So there's the thumb. It's gonna be right about here. And then you have this oval. This is what you should see. This is how you want to break stuff down. Usually see the palm, then the fingers, but the fingers are closed. So the palm is kind of like all that. And the thumb is right about in there. And then we have 4 fingers. You have one that's going to be right the middle, right about the middle. There's a slight, I don't know, angle. There's a slight angle here. I know this one kind of goes up slightly. They're almost horizontal. This one goes up as well. One in the middle is probably just straight, and this one goes up as well, slight angle. So you have those 3. I broke this into 4 parts. All right, I'm going to start with this thumb. This thumb, there's the back part of this thumb curves, goes up, a little straight part there, comes down, around there. And then there's a thickness to this. So this little thickness in here, right in there. Like that. Kind of hard to see. So you do see the palm comes in and then it goes out. And right in there like that. There's the palm under these fingers. All right. Okay, first we're going to start off with the index finger. Goes up and then it comes down, slight angle. There's a knuckle here. Another knuckle. And another knuckle. And then it curves up and back, up and back. So I'm probably going to bring that down a little bit. I'm adjusting this one. And then there's overlapping here. This finger goes underneath the thumb. Like that. All right. Now what's going to make it look like it's curving more is the shading of it. So if you go here, that curved part here, this curved part here, this curved part here, that curved part, and then shade, give this a slight shade. That gives it another dimension right there. Boom. And this is just a cube in space, a rounded cube. These are just like rounded cubes, like this, rounded cubes. Going back in space like that. I would probably even add a little bit of shade here for that contrast in the palm part. See, now notice how that light part and this part gives it dimension and gives it form. And I'm going to shade this part of the hand as well. Zoom in. There we go. All right. 17 hardcore heroes hanging in there. This one's a tough one, actually. It's pretty tough. I try to get it going from simple to more complex. It's definitely more complex. Somebody was asking for, oh, let's go over the questions. I'll go over the questions right after I finish this hand. So I do have my axis line. I do want to make this, like here, be my axis line, symmetrical, like that. There we go, that way. And then this part of the hand curves that way, it curves. There it is. Add another one right in there like that. Shade that in. All right, let's take a look at these questions. Oh, now my mouse is, oh no, it's being funky again. Yeah, it's moving, it's moving. All right, let's go back over here. I'm just going to go over some people's questions for tonight. Maybe I should have started the questions during the meet and greet. Let's see. People signed up for tonight. Album has been recorded. Tonight's class. So I'll let you go ahead and catch up. Yeah, no, my computer's lagging. All right, good night, Yelena. We'll finish up these legs and then we'll put it up.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night. Thank you for joining us.
See you next time.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, we missed this drawing. Oh, we missed the dolly as well. Oh, and then the perspective. Oh, we can do the perspective one next. I can point them out. Yeah. Now it's working. Let's see, events. No, still lagging a little bit. See what questions we got. 15th. Yeah. No.
Did you stop drawing?
Yeah, I stopped drawing. Yes, I stopped drawing. Oh, yeah, no, you know what? Meetup is having a bad gateway again. All right, so that, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue drawing right now. I just wanted to go into the questions people had. There's some questions. All right, let's do this. All right, I'm gonna zoom out. Let's continue. I just had it on the hand for a while. If anybody needed some time to draw the hand, all we need are the feet, and then we're done. Let's get to these legs, these feet here. All right. All right. Oh, I'm glad you liked the hand instructions on this one. Yeah. There we go. All right, let's finish this up. We're going to go from the left foot first and then the right foot. So there's a little bit of a, there we go. There's a little bit of a oval shape in here. But as this leg comes up, it comes up like that. There's this oval shape in there. Then it curves out. And we'll just trace this down. And this is like a, oh, where's my clay? Here it is. Let's see if I make a ball. And it's like a sausage, and there's two parts to it. So it's a sphere, and then you just squeeze it a little bit. And that's what's happening with this foot here. That. And what you need to do is see that, how it curves around like that. And really understand that form as it comes up to that point right there. There it goes. Then you have the toe. Just comes to a point. We're going to round that out. Round it out. And then put a circle. There's a little circle right in there on that side. And then all this is shaded. There's a shade. Shadow goes here, and then it curves out like there. This whole thing is shaded. That gives it some form. And there's that foot. All right, let's do this last foot over here. It really comes up in here. Bit of a point right there, a triangle point. And then this angle that comes down here, this angle and that space comes back way back there. I think I put more of an angle on this foot. This foot should have been a little bit straighter. That's all good. We have the space there. I'm going to bring this toe down a little bit more. So you have that. That's the bottom leg. Then it's the toe that comes out at a point and back like that. There we go. That's that. Almost like a football shape. It is like a football shape. There we go. And we're done. I think that's it. Just little details. I think there's like a little vent right here. A little vent. Some shading if you want to do some of the shading. Other little details. We're just going to let this go. Oh yeah, and the little designs on the shirt. The arm that it comes out right here. Yeah, don't forget this little arm. There's overlapping here. This arm overlaps onto the body. That shoulder. And then there's these lines that are here. The last lines comes down, following the contour of the body, curves back, and then curves back. And it's like a seam that kind of comes in here that goes parallel. There you go. So notice this 1, 2, 3, and then this one seam right there 4. Then on the other side comes down 1 and then 2. There it is. All right, that's it. A little bit of shading here and there. Just going to really quickly shade just for the fun of it. Shade the boots. The boots and the feet are darker than the light blue of his. This is darker here too. Is there a shade? Yes, there is a shade right in here, about a third of the way. A little bit of that curve, and then it goes darker right in here on this side. This whole foot is darker. This whole foot is darker. I do have colors. I'm going to just shade it value-wise. And then this whole thing is darker as well. There's a shadow line right in here. It goes boom on the contours. And it goes back and over. Shade it all in. Shade the whole arm in, except for that little rectangle part. It gives it a little bit more form. That shadow side. There it is. There he is. I think I drew the head a little big. Proportions are slightly off. It's not a big deal. What's important is the process, the process, the process, the process. And then practice. Because that is the process. Breaking it down into shapes, looking at angles. Maybe get some shading. The helmet is as dark as that, the dark blue. The helmet is dark blue. So I'm going to go ahead and there's a highlight on it. I'll put the highlight with the eraser. I usually don't do that. I usually try to shade it in. Or not shade it, leave it light. So there's that helmet part, and then there's the shadow. Shadow goes right around here, this curved part. Right, so let's go shadow there. Shade that, all that same value. And then the shadow part goes a little bit darker. Push it just a little harder. There it is. Notice how it gives it more form. Makes it look more rounded. Got a mosquito flying around here. That's it. Let's put that highlight. Let's put the highlight. A little bit of a highlight right in here. There it is. The helmet. Oops. All right. Demi. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the photo album. Let's break that one apart. I don't know if people want to share. Before I do that, I want to share. We can call this second hour done in the books, and then we'll do perspective. I think it looks like perspective. The Bradbury building. Although my mouse is not cooperating. Let me see. Yeah, my mouse is really lagging. I might have to call it a night. Unless people want to be persevere through the lag and persevere through the lag and get that perspective. All right. All right, inspiring class. I wish, glad, wishing you and everyone a great week. Wishing you a great week as well, and Francois. Hope you have a great week. Let's see, here we go. I think I got it. No. No, it's really lagging. Oh, there it goes. Oh. All right, we're gonna struggle through this. Let's do this. See if I can share. Oh, yes, it did. It went. Is it sharing? Yeah. So there's all right. Let's see if we can go photo album. There we go. It's kind of going. Those aren't the photos. Oh, yeah, it's this one right there. And that's really lagging. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. How do I exit? No, we're just lagging too much. Disney Plus. Yeah, no, my mouse is not even showing. Let's see if I can tab it. Tab. No, didn't go. Exit, Control Alt. Yeah, we're just gonna have to call it a night. Let me see.
Ladio Meetup wants to know how was the weekly session? They're
Oh,
already asking for the critique. Do you know about that? I don't know, because if you're the host, I don't know if you get these emails.
Yeah,
They ask
yeah,
you
I get
how,
it when I join other meetups. Yeah,
how was Learn to Draw on Sketch?
how was it?
We're still in it.
We're still in it. I know, and they're asking you. It was fantastic.
And it's only 12, almost 12:15 here in New York.
Wow.
But you know, ever since I retired, I don't feel as drowsy as I used to. I was working from home for the past 2.5 years, but now I'm done.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm tired too, and these weeks go by so quick.
Yep.
Can't believe like we're already here every week. So I gotta I gotta better do time management. I'm working on other projects, but they're just like, whoa. They just can't believe how quick time goes by.
Did we decide we're calling it a day or powering through?
I'm gonna try. I'm trying to power through. It's really struggle right now. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can close it. There we go. There we go. I'm still trying to power through, so be patient. I'm still trying to get through. If you're powering through with me, all I'm gonna do really is just gonna try to get to the. No, it's really struggling here. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Trying to get to the Ray Bradbury. No, I see. Look at it's not working. I think we might have to call it a day. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we'll call it a day. We'll just call it a day.
Can we just share?
I'm sorry.
Can we share our drawings?
Sure. Let me see if I can try to get it going over here too, as well. I won't. Let me see. All right. I want to share. Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh. Down to 13. I'm gonna share. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't know my mouse. There it goes. There we go. All right. Yes. All right, Pearl. If you'd like to share, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can highlight. I can see yours. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Sweet, you got it. Proportions look really good.
Thank you. Because the way you break it down, it really helps.
I
Great.
didn't see it. It didn't come up on my screen until Pearl took.
Hold on. Can you talk, Pearl?
Yeah, can you see it?
Yes, I can see it now.
Yeah, it depends on who's speaking. I'm having trouble highlighting people. My
Okay.
mouse is not.
Okay, but thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing.
Okay,
All right, have a great night.
thank
Woo,
you.
past midnight, New York. All right, great. We're gonna call it. Unless somebody, yeah, if you'd like to try, you'd have to share, and you'd also have to talk, so the camera goes to you. All right.
Hello?
Yes, Carlos.
Oh, okay. Well,
No.
so
There you go. Nice, you got it. I can see it right there. All right, Carlos, great.
Thank you.
I have one.
All right, go ahead. Ooh,
You see it?
I see. Now, can you speak again?
No?
Christy?
Yeah.
No, your camera's off.
Oh, sorry.
There you are.
I thought I got it on.
There you are. Cool. Nice shading. Yeah, great. Really solid drawing.
But proportion.
The proportion and the angles, yeah.
Am I in proportion or off?
Yeah, the proportions and the angles. I think
Are they off?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because of the angles. Your angles. Straighten out the body. You straightened out the body.
Straighten out the body.
Yeah, you straighten out the body. The body should be a little bit more of an angle.
Oh, too straight. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little too straight. Yeah, straight standing up. Yeah, there's a little bit more of an angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds.
All right,
Nice.
cool. Looks good.
And the girls, that's it.
Really solid though, really solid. Oh, there's the girls. Sweet.
Simple. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. All right. Oh, I think I have control. Let me see. All right, let me see. Get Cynthia. All right. Look closer. There you are. Almost got us.
Can you see it?
I can see it, yeah.
Mine is like a chubby boy.
Chubby boy.
That's cute.
Chubbier than your picture.
It is a little bit chubby. It's cute.
Super cool. Oh,
Little
there
bit
you
of-
go. I don't know if I should spotlight you. Well, you're out. All right, Peggy, you gonna share?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. Wow, did you use pen? No, it's a pencil. All right.
It's pencil.
All right, cool. It looked like pen for a second.
Can you see it? Because I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
see
yeah.
mine. Okay,
A little higher though. Let me see. I
a
saw
little
it.
higher.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay. All right. Thank
All
you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing. Really get him jumping in the air right there.
Yeah,
It looks great.
I actually adjusted the left leg and made it go up higher.
Ah, super cool. All right. Anybody else would like to share? We're calling it a night. A little struggling here with the mouse. It's all good. I'll have it cleared up next week. There we go. I think all right. Thank you for joining us. Keep sketching, keep practicing, keep looking for shapes, keep looking for forms. If you're at the form level, you guys are at the intermediate and advanced. So keep looking for forms now. It's not just shapes. Look for cubes, look for spheres, and not just see them, but if you can draw them, that'd be great. Oh, yes. I didn't share this book. This is a good one. Everyday Superheroes. We're going to draw some of these faces too. I had the idea, but well, maybe next week. Next week we'll draw some of these faces. These are cute. Probably a little more simpler. That one, yeah, definitely a simple face. A little bit easier to do. All right. Keep sketching. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you, Elijah.
Good night. Bye.
Bye, bye, everybody.